What's going on, everybody? Wanted to go ahead and start a new series where I respond or answer YouTube comments on video. Thought it might be interesting for you guys to see, and it might be funny for you to listen to as well. So I've got my laptop here. I'm going to go ahead and just pick some comments that were interesting and pick some comments that I could respond to. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Grab yourself a cup of coffee if you want. Alright, so the first one comes from Lalo on Serrated Knives Suck on the video. He says, I love the combo edge. I don't care what the knife community has got to say about that. I'm not a sheep and I don't care about trends, and I also don't like deep pocket clips. That's cool, Lalo. I typically like straight edge knives, but that video was really meant to just show that serrated knives don't always suck, and they do have use in the community, and they can be really useful in certain situations. They cut really well. So some people like them, some people don't. I'm open about it. Most of my knives are straight edge, but I don't mind a serrated edge as well. So appreciate the comment and thank you for watching. Next up on the video Knives I Can't Legally Carry, Rahul says, show video, a-hole. Move things along. Don't talk. This is not radio. This is not, I didn't know this wasn't radio. Thanks for that tip, I appreciate it, Rahul. Alright, next up, let me scroll down here. Sharpening Knives on Glass on that video, Rusty says, I flip over an unused coffee mug. There is 200 to 400 grit ring that you can hone an edge on. You can also use the top of a vehicle window, just roll it down and hone away. On a safety note, you should avoid putting the sharpening mug in the microwave. That is a good tip. I actually have videos on sharpening knives on a car window and also sharpening knives on a coffee mug. So I'll go ahead and link those below and be sure to check it out. And I didn't realize not to put a sharpening mug, the mug you're using to sharpen, in the microwave, but that makes sense because you're going to have steel shavings and particles on the bottom of the mug, and you don't want those to ignite in the microwave. So thanks for that tip, I appreciate it. Next up on, let's see, knife sharpening systems and what works for me. 11 minutes of yapping. MJS says this. 11 minutes of yapping that could have been said in 1 minute, and you didn't even show how either work. Well, MJS, that may have been true, but the video was on knife sharpening systems and what works for me. It was not on how to use the knife sharpening systems that I use. So I do have some videos on some of the knife sharpeners, but I'm sorry you didn't like the video. That's what it is. So it was me talking. Next up, we have on the turn a flashlight into a bicycle light video. Giovanni says, just buy a bike light, cheapo. Well, you know, you could buy a bike light, Giovanni, but I prefer to utilize the flashlights I already have, and most of the time they're brighter for a more affordable price as compared to a bicycle light of that similar brightness. So that's your opinion. Thanks for watching. Next up on carrying a Zippo when you don't smoke. On that video, Ian said, Forrest Gump level commentary. Well, thank you, Ian. I think that's a, let's see, Joe Schmo level comment. Wait, what? Joe Dirt level comment. That's what I meant to say. That's a Joe Dirt level comment. So thanks for your input. And I couldn't think of the name of Joe Dirt. Anyways, the next comment on Smith's Diamond Combo Knife Sharpener Review, Outcast Outdoors says, negative comments, etc. I could do better, etc. Standard comment. Just kidding. If I knew everything already, why would I be viewing? I misplaced my original packaging and needed a refresher course to see if I was missing something. Thanks. Well, you're very welcome, Outcast Outdoors. Thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you subscribed, and I appreciate the comment. Next up on the ultralight backpacking stove for under $20 video, someone by the name of AWH said, I got 2 of these off eBay for under $10 last year. Make sure you check that everything is tight, and sometimes you may have to bend the igniter wire up or down a little bit. All in all, you really can't go wrong. Also, on windy days, use a windscreen or something. They can blow out, but still you can't really go wrong with these stoves. Also, you can go to the hardware stores and get new rubber seals to repair these if they leak. Very simple. Have fun outdoors, guys. Thanks, AWH. That's a good tip. I still have that stove, actually. It's right back here, and my seal is still good, but that's a good tip to pick up seals at the hardware store. So I have to remember that. Thanks for sharing, and thanks for watching. Next up on the Foreman Grill recipe video for grilled ham and cheese sandwich, Nexter 5722 says, cheap garbage ham and plastic fake cheese, no thanks, use real crap, so much effing better. Well, thank you very much. I'll take that into consideration, and I appreciate it, the kind words and comment. All right. Next up on Esbit Lightweight Cook Set, 3-piece aluminum solid fuel. Alex says, is it okay to burn in a strong wind? I would not burn in a strong wind, honestly. What I would probably do is make an additional windscreen out of some aluminum flashing, or if you don't have that and you bring that stove with you, is make a windscreen out of natural things you find out in the outdoors. So maybe some rocks that you can put around for additional windscreen. But in strong winds by itself, I think there's too much ventilation. It's probably going to put the fire out, the flames out. So it might work, but I typically don't do that, so I couldn't tell you. My guess is that it wouldn't work too well. Next up on Sharpening Knives on Glass, FPS Art says, I tell you, this guy is actually a mailing scale seller that wants you to destroy your scale so you have to buy a new one. Haha. Well, you never know, I could be, but no, I'm not. I was just trying to share an interesting video on different ways to sharpen your knives or hone your knives, and I just thought that would be a fun way to do it. That was what I had. But no, I don't own stock in the mailing scale seller business. I'm not invested in that or anything, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to read that one. Let's see. On the Sharpening Knives on Glass video, Kelby says, this is good to fall asleep to the sound of sharpening knives. You know, I've gotten that comment several times on those videos, and it might be. Sorry if I put my videos put you to sleep, but just keep them playing so you go through the whole video while you're sleeping. I appreciate it. Next up on Sharpening Knives on a Coffee Mug, My Sense to You says, I actually use it the same way I would use a real whetstone to begin with. Small circular motions on each side, then I use the draw motion, one side only. Works like a charm even on my cheapo knives. Thank you very much, that's a good tip. I haven't done a lot of sharpening on a coffee mug lately, but next time I practice on it, I will definitely take those tips into consideration. Thanks for watching and commenting. Let's see, on the Esbit Lightweight Cook Set, let me get a drink here real quick. On the Esbit Lightweight Cook Set 3-piece aluminum solid fuel video, Samuel says, if used for heating water for a dehydrated meal, a full boil isn't really necessary. Plenty of heat time with one 14-gram fuel tab for making a meal and cup of hot drink. Well, Samuel, that is true if you have the water available to you. So if you packed in filtered water or bottled water or however you carry your water, and you have enough to make a dehydrated meal, of course, you don't have to boil it. But if you're getting your water from the outdoors, say a stream or from another natural water source, it is always good to bring it to a rolling boil first before you use that for cooking. So that's what I would say. If you bring your water in and it's safe to drink, then don't have to boil it. That's true. Just get it hot enough to dehydrate the meal, to rehydrate the dehydrated meal. Next up on the Tokes Titanium 450 milliliter cup review, Princess Wears Hiking Boots says, great video, thanks. You covered all the important features, love the idea. It's a great fit for Esbit stoves. Are you still keen on it? Yes, I am, Princess. I actually still have it and I still utilize it in some of my cook sets, and it works great. It's held up to everything that I've used it for. I've never put it on flames or in the fire, but actually, here it is right here. I still have it, so still working good, still enjoy it. Thanks for commenting and watching. Next up, on the same video, Mark says, did this guy just say the mesh storage bag adds weight? then say it doesn't weigh much. Good description, hypocrite. Well, Mark, if I'm a hypocrite for saying that something doesn't weigh much, but it does add weight, well, how much weight? You know, that's subjective. So, does it add weight? Yes. Is it too much weight? Well, that's subjective. It depends on you. Am I a hypocrite for saying that? You can decide on that. Thanks for watching and take care. Next up, Jay says, on the Carhartt front pocket wallet review, do you still use this wallet? How's it holding up? Where can I buy one? I actually still use the same wallet. I've used it every day. It's still holding up. There's no tears in it. It has really good, it's worn really good. The only issue with it is the strap, the little elastic strap has kind of worn out. It hasn't broken, but it doesn't have its same elasticity, if that's even a word. But I still carry it to this day. It's my only wallet, and I have the same wallet years later. I've never replaced it. Where can you buy one? I don't know. I bought it on Amazon. I'm not sure if they're still available, but best thing to do is just search that model that I reviewed, put the title into Amazon and see if it's still available, but I'm not sure if it still is. On the hiking first aid kit basics video, Wilson says, studies show snake bite kits at best do nothing. You will never be able to suck venom out. Just think about what fangs look like. Maybe half of an inch long and curved. Where the venom is injected is nowhere near where the puncture is. And then he shows me a link to Reddit about it. Thanks for that comment. I will definitely do some research on it and look up into it. I've heard the same thing from several people, so I think you're onto something there. But thanks for the input, and I will check out that link when I get a chance. Let's see, on the Esbit lightweight cook set, again, the 3-piece aluminum solid fuel video, Doffler says, am I the only one who has noticed the fact that Esbit stuck a cube tray on top of the existing one, rendering the stove useless if you want to use a Trangia or Esbit alcohol stove? Guess Esbit wants to sell more solid cubes rather than making a great product. It's their gear, I guess, but it is disappointing. The stove would have been so much more versatile, and we would not have to wait 12 minutes to boil some water. I wonder if that second tray can be removed. It can be dremelled off, I would think. Turn the stove upside down. Would leave a hole in the middle, but I can live with it. Anyone tried this? Now, Doffler actually did try that after I read your comment. I took that tray out, and I did leave a hole and kind of bent up the aluminum on that pot stand / windscreen. But the problem is that it's the diameter of it is not tall enough to be able to stick your Esbit, or actually, I don't know about the Esbit alcohol stove, but I have the Trangia, and when you stick it in, it's too close to the top, so you're only going to have like 1/4 of an inch, maybe half of an inch between the top of the Trangia and where you would set your pot. So it's not enough space, ideally, to boil some water or cook with. You need somewhere around an inch. That's usually the sweet spot. So if you're at 1/4 of an inch or half of an inch, I don't think it's enough. So did Esbit design it that way because they want you to buy more solid fuel and buy 2 different kits? Probably. It's, you know, if they designed one that would work both ways with the solid fuel or the alcohol stove, that would be great, but unfortunately they don't. But I have tried that, and it won't work because all you're gonna do is ruin it, you know, and like I said, there's not enough space to be able to use a Trangia in there. Next up, actually, next up we're going to go on Serrated Knives Suck. That video again, Bob says, good video. I've never been a fan of serrated knives, but your video, especially that demonstration, has opened my mind to the prospect of getting a serrated knife. I think the fully serrated edge makes that Spyderco a winner compared to most partially serrated folders. I agree, and I thank you very much for the comment. I'm glad that you liked the video and the demonstration. And last up, we're going to go with one more comment, and then we'll probably finish up here because it's running kind of long. APOC says, why do people like Spyderco so much? They're a good brand, and actually a lot of their folders are fairly affordable, like the Spyderco Delicas, the Enduras, the Tenacious. There's a lot of models that are just in the reach of your common man, or even someone that's on a very, very tight shoestring budget. Anyone could basically pick up a really good value Spyderco. and I like that about them, and they're high quality. That doesn't mean that other knives are not great as well. Spyderco is one of my favorite brands. I like a lot of different brands though. So thanks for the comment. But that's going to be about it, I think. I'm going to try and do these videos a couple times each year, maybe every other month, depending on what kind of comments I get in and what interesting comments I have to share with you. And of course I'm going to respond to comments as I get them and questions, you know, by text on YouTube. But it's kind of interesting to do a video like this, and I've always enjoyed watching them when other YouTubers do them. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. You can ask them on the comments in this video, and I will get to them on the next responding to YouTube comments video. So thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it as always. Take care.